This is Minami Sanrik before the earthquake. There are some 18,000 residents. The city hall, hospitals, housings are all located along the coast. And the town was overwhelmed by the tsunami waves. This footage was taken about 1 kilometer away from the coastline at Shizugawa High School. What had happened at this city?
At the time, the hospital had about 100 patients and 40 medical workers. About 2/3 of them are still missing. The hospital has seen a corner of this footage. The building is now mostly underwater. The hospital's natural disaster response manual says that when a tsunami warning is issued, everyone should evacuate to the 3rd floor or higher. But last Friday, the tsunami water reached the 4th floor of the 5th-story building. Toshifumi Sato says he saw the tsunami sweep away some of the patients. Sato says the staff were desperately trying to take the patients on the 3rd floor up to the 4th floor when he saw the tsunami coming from the south. He says he thought he was a dead man. He says he can't believe he's alive. Sumiko Goto is now in a shelter in the town. She says she saw a bedridden patient being swept away by the tsunami from the hospital. Goto says it was surreal. She says the black torrent of water came rushing in and swept away everything in front of her eyes. She says she saw the patient, apparently with her eyes open, being swirled around on the bed before being swept away. She says her knees were shaking with fear and she cried. After the water receded, the hospital was about the only thing left standing in the area.
Rikusen Takata has a population of 22,000. It is on a plain beyond the Ryasu coastline.
The 3.2 plus meter tsunami was observed at 3:15 p.m., 30 minutes after the quake hit. But the observation device failed, leaving the data sketchy. Katsuaki Chiba was at home. Some people were clinging on and others were on top of their cars. It was cold because some time had passed. A couple of self-defense members came by in a boat and helped them out. About 20 people, including elementary school students and elderly people, were rescued. And here are some images from the same location in the evening. Central Kesennuma City has been largely destroyed. buildings and homes of some 9,000 residents have all been swept away. Tsunami waves even came up the elevation. Man says he was so shocked he just couldn't even think.
In devastated areas, survivors continue searching for missing loved ones.
Our crew saw a man walking in the devastated town. He says this was his home. 78-year-old Shogo Saito escaped the tsunami with his family. But the home he lived in with his family for 30 years has been destroyed. Saito says he went up the hill and turned around to see his home swept away and crushed, and felt very miserable. The extent of the damage has yet to be assessed, and the rescue operation continues in the areas hit by tsunami. But the work is being hampered by continued aftershocks. A family is reunited after 3 days. This person says everyone is safe. It's a miracle. But yes, everyone is okay. The man says his wife is pregnant and was flown to safety in an air self-defense force plane yesterday. He says he promised to protect their son, and she promised to give birth to their second child when they parted. He says he wants to see her as soon as possible. The name of a woman is pasted on a bicycle. This is the bicycle's owner. He says he is looking for his wife on his bike. He cycles around looking for his missing wife. He is carrying her photo. He says he's showing the photo to ask if anyone has seen her. The city of Rikuzen Takata in Iwate Prefecture was devastated. Haruhiko Kono is the president of a sake maker.
Some people were clinging on and others were on top of their cars. It was cold because some time had passed. A couple of self-defense members came by in a boat and helped them out. About 20 people, including elementary school students and elderly people, were rescued. And here are some images from the same location in the evening. Central Kesennuma City has been largely destroyed. The buildings and homes of some 9,000 residents have all been swept away. Tsunami waves even came up the elevation. The man says he was so shocked he just couldn't even think.
And in devastated areas, survivors continue searching for missing loved ones.
Our crew saw a man walking in the devastated town. He says this was his